The morning sun painted the sky in hues of pink and gold as I made my way to sounds of the sea. My cozy cafe nestled along the waterfront. The gentle lapping of waves against the shore provided a soothing soundtrack to the bustling streets, a symphony of coastal life. Unlocking the door, I stepped inside, greeted by the familiar aroma of freshly brewed coffee and warm pastries. Sunlight filtered through the windows, casting dancing shadows upon the weathered wooden floors. Each creak of the floorboards echoed with the memories of countless conversations shared within these walls, a testament to the enduring spirit of this beloved establishment. As I busied myself behind the counter, preparing for the day ahead, the door chimed open, announcing the arrival of our first guest. I glanced up to see Mrs. Rodriguez, a regular patron whose cheerful demeanor never failed to brighten my day. "Good morning, Camila." She greeted me with a smile, her eyes twinkling with anticipation. "The usual, please." "Of course, Mrs. Rodriguez," I replied, a hint of warmth in my voice as I prepared her favorite order, a steaming cup of espresso and a flaky croissant. As she settled into her usual spot by the window, I couldn't help but admire the view. The azure expanse of the sea stretching out before us, the rhythmic ebb and flow of the tide a constant reminder of the timeless beauty that surrounded us. "Isn't it a magnificent sight?" Mrs. Rodriguez remarked, her gaze fixed upon the horizon. "It never ceases to amaze me, Camila, how the sea holds such wonder and mystery." I nodded in agreement, a soft smile playing upon my lips. "Indeed, it does, Mrs. Rodriguez. The sea has a way of stirring the soul, of calling us home." We shared a moment of quiet contemplation, lost in our own thoughts yet connected by the shared reverence for the boundless ocean that lay before us. And as the day unfolded, each interaction with our guests served as a gentle reminder that within the walls of sounds of the sea, amidst the echoes of laughter and conversation, lay a sanctuary where hearts found solace and spirits found renewal. Word of the new bookstore, the Sea Harbor, spread through our coastal town like wildfire, igniting a spark of curiosity within me that I couldn't ignore. So one crisp morning, I found myself drawn to its doors, eager to explore the treasures that lay within. As I stepped inside, I was enveloped in a cozy embrace of warmth and nostalgia, the scent of old books mingled with the faint aroma of sea salt, creating an intoxicating blend that stirred something deep within my soul. "Welcome," a voice called out, pulling me from my reverie. I looked up to see Maria and Pedro, the owners of the bookstore, smiling warmly at me. Their faces were weathered by years of adventure, yet their eyes sparkled with an unmistakable twinkle of mischief. "Thank you," I replied, returning their smiles. "Your bookstore is truly enchanting." Maria chuckled, her laughter like the gentle lapping of waves against the shore. "We like to think of it as a haven for wanderers and dreamers, a place where stories come to life." Pedro nodded in agreement, his eyes alight with passion. Indeed, every book holds a world waiting to be discovered, a journey waiting to be embarked upon. I wandered through the aisles, running my fingers along the spines of weathered tomes and gazing in awe at the colorful array of literary treasures that adorned the shelves. Each book seemed to beckon to me, whispering secrets of distant lands and forgotten tales. "Camila," Maria called out, interrupting my reverie. "There's something we'd like to show you." Curious, I followed Maria and Pedro to a secluded corner of the store, where an old travel album lay nestled among a stack of dusty volumes. Maria gently flipped through the pages, revealing a treasure trove of faded photographs and handwritten notes. "This is our collection of memories from our travels," Pedro explained, his voice tinged with nostalgia. "Each photograph holds a story, a glimpse into the wonders we've encountered on our journey." As I perused the album, my breath caught in my throat when I stumbled upon a familiar face. Javier, our guide from a fateful trip years ago. Memories, both painful and cherished, flooded my mind, threatening to overwhelm me. "Are you all right, Camilla?" Maria asked, concern etched in her features. I forced a smile, though my heart felt heavy with emotion. "Yes, I'm fine. It's just..." Seeing Javier brought back memories I thought I had long forgotten. Pedro placed a comforting hand on my shoulder. "Sometimes the past has a way of resurfacing when we least expect it. But remember, Camila, you're not alone. We're here for you." Grateful for their words of comfort, I took a deep breath, steeling myself for the journey ahead. Little did I know, this chance encounter would set in motion a chain of events that would forever change the course of my life. The weight of the old travel album felt heavy in my hands as I flipped through its weathered pages, each one a portal to another time and place. Memories long buried beneath the sands of time stirred within me, threatening to engulf me in a tide of emotions. Maria and Pedro watched me with gentle concern, their eyes reflecting the flickering flame of a candle, illuminating the dimly lit corner of the bookstore. Their presence was a comforting anchor in the sea of memories that threatened to pull me under. Camila. Maria's voice broke through the silence, her tone soft yet filled with understanding. Is everything all right? I nodded, though the lump in my throat made it difficult to speak. Yes, it's just, seeing Javier's face brought back memories I thought I had long forgotten. Pedro placed a comforting hand on my shoulder, his touch a reassuring presence amidst the storm raging within me. It's okay to feel overwhelmed, Camila. Memories have a way of resurfacing when we least expect them. I took a shaky breath, willing myself to regain control over my emotions. Thank you, both of you. I appreciate your kindness. As I returned my gaze to the album, my fingers trembling slightly, I couldn't shake the feeling of unease that gnawed at the edges of my consciousness. Each photograph held a story, a fragment of a life once lived, yet it was Javier's image that seemed to haunt me the most. Camila, Pedro's voice interrupted my thoughts, drawing my attention to a particular photograph. Do you recognize this place? I peered at the image, my heart skipping a beat when I saw the familiar landmarks, the rugged cliffs, the crashing waves, the golden sands. It was a picture-perfect snapshot of the beach, where Javier had saved my life all those years ago. A surge of conflicting emotions washed over me, gratitude for Javier's bravery, guilt for the burden he had shouldered on my behalf, and a longing to confront the past that had shaped our lives in ways we could never have imagined. I remember this place. I whispered, my voice barely above a whisper. It's where everything changed. Maria and Pedro exchanged a knowing glance, their eyes filled with unspoken understanding. Sometimes the past holds the key to our future, Maria said softly, her words echoing in the quiet space between us. And as I closed the album, the weight of its memories heavy upon my heart, I knew that I could no longer ignore the echoes of the past. For within those captured memories lay the answers I had been searching for, waiting to be unearthed in the depths of my soul. The photograph of Javier stared back at me from the pages of the old travel album, his smile frozen in time, a haunting reminder of the past that I could never escape. Memories, both bitter and sweet, flooded my mind, threatening to drown me in a sea of emotions. I sat alone in the dimly lit corner of the sea harbor, the gentle hum of the bookstore serving as a backdrop to the tumultuous storm raging within me. Maria and Pedro had left me to my thoughts, sensing the weight of the memories that burdened my soul. Camila, a voice called out, breaking through the suffocating silence. It was Maria, her voice laced with concern as she approached me, her steps hesitant yet determined. I looked up, my eyes weary yet filled with an unspoken longing for understanding. Yes, Maria. She knelt beside me, her gaze meeting mine with unwavering compassion. I can see that Javier's photograph has stirred something deep within you. Would you like to talk about it? I hesitated, the words caught in my throat like a fish trapped in a net. How could I begin to articulate the pain and guilt that had haunted me for years, the burden of a brother's sacrifice that I could never repay? I don't know where to start, I admitted, my voice barely above a whisper. The memories are like waves crashing against the shore, overwhelming and relentless. Maria nodded understandingly, her hand reaching out to gently grasp mine in a gesture of solidarity. It's okay, Camila. You don't have to face this alone. We're here for you whenever you're ready to share. Tears welled up in my eyes, threatening to spill over like raindrops on a stormy sea. I feel so lost, Maria. The weight of the past is suffocating me, dragging me under like an anchor dragging a ship to the ocean floor. Pedro joined us, his presence a comforting anchor amidst the tempest of my emotions. Remember, Camila, you are not defined by your past. You have the strength within you to rise above the tides of trauma and find peace. Their words washed over me like a soothing balm, offering solace in the midst of my turmoil. and as I struggled to navigate the treacherous waters of my own mind, I knew that I could no longer ignore the call of the past, for within the depths of my trauma lay the seeds of healing, waiting to be nurtured by the light of understanding and forgiveness. The decision to embark on a journey to the mountains weighed heavily on my mind, yet I knew deep down that it was a pilgrimage I could no longer postpone. With each passing moment, the pull of the past grew stronger, beckoning me to confront the ghosts that haunted my soul. As I packed my bags, the anticipation mingled with apprehension, like two opposing currents converging in a tumultuous sea. Maria and Pedro had offered their support, their words of encouragement echoing in my mind like the distant call of a mountain breeze. "Are you sure you want to do this, Camila?" Maria asked, her brow furrowed with concern as she helped me gather my belongings. I nodded, determination burning bright in my eyes despite the fear that gnawed at the edges of my resolve. "Yes, Maria. I need to face the past, to find closure once and for all." Pedro placed a reassuring hand on my shoulder, his touch a beacon of strength amidst the uncertainty that clouded my thoughts. "We believe in you, Camila. You have the courage within you to brave the journey ahead." With their words of encouragement echoing in my ears, I set out on the road that would lead me to the mountains, a road fraught with twists and turns, yet illuminated by the flickering light of hope that burned within my heart. As I traveled deeper into the heart of the wilderness, the landscape transformed before my eyes, from rolling hills to towering peaks that reached for the sky like ancient sentinels guarding the secrets of the universe. The air grew thin and crisp, carrying with it the whispers of 1,000 stories etched into the rugged terrain. With each step, I felt the weight of the past lifting from my shoulders, replaced by a sense of purpose and determination that drove me forward, toward the elusive summit where Javier had found solace amidst the majestic beauty of the mountains. And as I gazed upon the towering peaks that loomed in the distance, I knew that my journey was far from over, for within the heart of the mountains lay the answers I sought, waiting to be discovered amidst the silence of the wilderness and the echoes of my own footsteps. The journey to the summit of the mountains was fraught with challenges, yet with each step, I felt the weight of the past slowly slipping away, replaced by a sense of purpose that burned bright within my heart. As I ascended higher and higher, the air grew thinner, the wind biting at my skin like a reminder of the harsh beauty that surrounded me. At last I reached the summit, a wind-swept plateau bathed in the golden light of the setting sun. There, amidst the breathtaking panorama of peaks and valleys, I found him, Javier, my brother, my savior, my guardian angel. Tears of joy streamed down my cheeks as I rushed to embrace him, our hearts beating in unison like the rhythm of the earth beneath our feet. "Javier," I whispered, my voice trembling with emotion. "It's been so long." He held me close, his arms a sanctuary amidst the wild expanse of the mountains. "Camila," he murmured, his voice like the gentle rustle of leaves in the wind. "I've missed you." We stood together in silence, the weight of our shared history hanging heavy in the air like a shroud of memories. And as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting long shadows across the landscape, we found solace in each other's presence, bound together by the ties of love and forgiveness that transcended time and space. "Javier," I finally spoke, breaking the silence that had enveloped us like a cocoon. "I need to know, why did you leave?" He looked at me, his eyes filled with a sadness that mirrored my own. "I couldn't stay, Camila. Not after what happened. I needed to find peace, to make sense of it all." "But you left me behind," I whispered, the pain of his absence still raw and unyielding. "I felt so alone, so lost without you." Javier took my hand in his touch a lifeline amidst the tumultuous sea of my emotions. "I'm sorry, Camila. I never meant to hurt you. But I needed to find my own path to confront the demons that haunted me." I nodded, the weight of his words settling over me like a blanket of understanding. "I understand, Javier, and I forgive you." And as we watched the stars emerge from the darkness, painting the sky with their celestial light, I knew that our reunion amongst the peaks was not just a chance encounter, but a sacred moment of healing and reconciliation, a moment that would forever bind us together in the tapestry of our shared history. As dawn broke over the rugged peaks of the mountains, Javier and I stood side by side, our hearts heavy with the weight of the past yet buoyed by the promise of a new beginning. The air was crisp and clear, infused with the scent of pine and the distant echoes of birdsong. "We've come a long way, haven't we, Camilla?" Javier spoke softly, his voice carrying on the morning breeze like a whisper from the heavens. I nodded, a bittersweet smile playing upon my lips. "Yes, Javier. We've faced our demons, confronted our fears, and emerged stronger for it." Together we watched as the sun rose higher in the sky, casting a warm glow upon the landscape below. It was a new day, a fresh start, a chance to embrace the journey that lay ahead with open hearts and steadfast determination. "Where will you go from here, Javier?" I asked, turning to face him with a mixture of curiosity and longing. He looked out across the horizon, his gaze fixed on the distant peaks that stretched toward the heavens like fingers reaching for the stars. "I'm not sure, Camila, but wherever the wind may take me, I know that I won't be alone." I reached out to take his hand, the touch of his fingers a comforting anchor amidst the uncertainty that lay before us. "You'll always have a home with me, Javier, no matter where life may lead." And as we stood together, gazing out upon the vast expanse of the mountains, I knew that our journey was far from over. But with each step, each breath, each heartbeat, we would continue to embrace the journey, together as brother and sister, bound by love and forgiveness, and forever united in the tapestry of our shared history. As we descended from the summit, the world stretched out before us like a canvas waiting to be painted with the colors of our dreams. And as we walked hand in hand, guided by the light of a new day, I knew that no matter where the road may lead, we would face it together, with courage, with grace, and with hearts full of hope.